With vibes similar to the smash hit Lost, Manifest has garnered an impressive viewership and fan base with its ability to keep people intrigued through its intricate plotline and supernatural undertones. In this video, we're going to be going over the past 3 seasons to hopefully provide a greater understanding not only for us, but for you and other fans as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy the video. Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. First, let's talk about a bit about Season 1. In the first episode, we're introduced to the passengers of Montego Air Flight 828, which was en route to New York from Jamaica when it experienced unusual storm conditions and turbulence. When they land, they find out that over 5 years have passed while they were in the air. Passengers of the flight begin trying to rebuild their lives they had, as everyone down on the ground assumed they had all died. Another strange thing that begins to happen to the passengers is that they start having visions of the future, and other paranormal type events start to happen to them. Protagonists of our story, Michaela Stone and Ben Stone, are brother and sister who were both on Flight 828. Michaela is a detective who works for the NYPD, and Ben works as an associate professor of mathematics in a college. The two were drawn back to the tarmac, which houses the plane, where they meet 18 others who have also been called back to the plane. After the plane explodes unexpectedly, the NSA questions all the passengers who had returned. The group begin investigating their unique psychic abilities, and it becomes apparent that a nefarious company called Unified Dynamic Systems has taken a busload of passengers, ones who either were not US citizens or had no next of kin, and is running tests on them. We learn the company is running what they call the Singularity Project, and it is led by a man known as the Major. A man named Vance, who's in the director of the NSA, is in charge of investigating the passengers of Flight 828, is blown up when he starts getting close to finding out the truth about the Singularity Project. Another man gets stuck in a blizzard, and when he eventually is rescued, a year has passed in real time, but only 2 weeks has passed for him. One more incident occurs in which a man robs a bank, kills 4 people, then crashes his car into water. The car is then pulled out of the water 3 days later, and the man bursts out, gasping for air. The man then incredibly drowns exactly 82 hours later with no water around, which allows Michaela and Ben to calculate the death dates, or dates all passengers of Flight 828 will die, which is on June 2nd, 2024. Season ends with a scuffle and gunshot, but we do not know who is the one who got shot. Season 1 introduced us to a world that is as fascinating as it is mysterious. So now we jump into Season 2. Turned out that Michaela is the one who got shot at the end of Season 2, but she pressures Zeke, the man who survived the blizzard, to run because it was an accident. We learn that Vance is still alive and pretending to be dead in order to investigate the Major and the Singularity Project. Group of survivors continues to have what they call callings, which are visions of incidents which people die or get hurt. Zeke and Michaela work together to follow one of their callings to a bank robbery involving another passenger of Flight 828, Logan. Michaela's estranged boyfriend, who's also a detective with the NYPD, begins working with a group known as the Xers, who go around harassing the survivors of Flight 828. The Xer bar is bugged by Michaela, and it pays off as they kidnap Zeke and plan to kill him. A man named Isaiah lures a bunch of the passengers of Flight 828 to a nightclub where he poisons them and burns the club to the ground. Luckily, some of the other passengers have a calling to the scene and end up saving some of them while others are burned alive. Zeke and Michaela end up getting married despite the fact that Zeke's death date is getting closer and closer. Zeke follows another calling and rescues Cal, Ben's son, from a group of drug dealers that have kidnapped him. By doing this, Zeke survives his death date and is concluded that the only way to survive one's death date is to follow the callings. At the end of Season 2, the Major is poisoned and dies, and a fisherman locates the tail of Flight 828 in the ocean. Like Season 1, Season 2 is full of twists and turns as the survivors of Flight 828 follow their callings, dodge the Xers out to get them, and try to figure out exactly what's going on with their death dates and everything surrounding their newfound powers. Up next, Season 3 comes in with a whole new set of conflicts for our characters to deal with. In the beginning of the 3rd season, Ben goes to Cuba with Vance to investigate the tail of Flight 828 that was found by the fishermen. At the same time, Michaela and Zeke go on their honeymoon to Costa Costa Rica, where they're led by another calling to Angelina, another passenger of Flight 828. Angelina is being held captive by her overly religious parents because they think she's possessed. The drug dealers that had died in a frozen lake after kidnapping Cal are shown coming back to life, and this, combined with the evidence that Flight 828 exploded, shows the audience that people are coming back to life after their tragic accidents for some reason. Vance ends up rejoining the NSA after repeatedly denying their requests. Jace, one of the drug dealers who took Cal, realizes his death date is in 1 day and begins on a bloody rampage. He kicks Michaela off of a cliff, who's then rescued by Zeke. Jace eventually arrives at the house Cal's being hidden at with the other 2 kidnappers, and a fight breaks out, eventually leading to the death of a man named Tarek. With the death date arriving, Jace ends up drowning on dry land, and after he dies, a shadowy figure emerges from his dead body and kills the other 2 kidnappers, giving even more clues as to how all these supernatural phenomena work. Ben ends up saving another passenger from killing her ex-husband because he believes every passenger is in the same lifeboat. Also, a mineral similar to sapphire is found within all the passengers, and a piece of wood from thousands of years ago is coated in the same material. A piece of wood is determined to be from Noah's Ark, as it was spewed from a volcano on Mount Ararat. The volcano suddenly appears in New York City, and it appears to be trying to destroy that last piece of the Ark. The heroes throw the piece of wood into the lava, and it suddenly disappears, showing even more clues as to how this all works. Tailfin is being experimented on at Project Eureka, and Cal ends up touching it and disappearing. A bunch of the other passengers begin to try to work out the clues he has left behind to try to get him back when a fight breaks out and Cal's mother, Grace, is stabbed to death. Cal returns as an adult to hold his dying mother and says, "It's okay. I know what we need to do now." After this, the season ends with the notion that Cal has all the info they need to figure out the crazy paranormal phenomenon haunting them all. Now let's talk about the prospect of Season 4. On June 14th, 2021, the series was canceled by NBC after its 3rd season. Due to the fact that the series was planned for 6 seasons and that Season 3 ended with a cliffhanger, creators of the series were desperate to get it picked up by another platform. He said, "I'm devastated by NBC's decision to cancel us. That we've shut down in the middle is a gut punch, to say the least. Hoping to find a new home, you fans deserve an ending to your story. We're trying to find a way to conclude the series. Could take a week, a month, a year, but we're not giving up. You deserve an end to the story." Finally, on August 28th, 2021, Netflix picked up the show for a 4th and final season that's supposed to consist of 20 episodes. This game is great news for the fans and creators alike, as everyone wants to see the story wrapped up, especially after such a wild and crazy plotline was laid out for everyone to ponder. Thank the TV gods we were blessed with a conclusion to this awesome story. Thanks for watching our video, and we hope you enjoyed it. The show is a seriously complicated web of characters and conflicts. We had a great time attempting to capture it all in such a brief amount of time. Tune in to Season 4 when it becomes available on Netflix, as we'll be glued to the TV at that point as well. Have a great day and a wonderful rest of the year.